1. Rocky, 1976. It is a 1976 American independent sports drama film directed by John G. Avildsen and written by and starring Sylvester Stallone. It is the first installment in the Rocky franchise. In the film, Rocky Balboa, Stallone, a poor small-time club fighter and loan shark debt collector from Philadelphia, gets an unlikely shot at the World Heavyweight Championship held by Apollo Creed, played by Weathers. Rocky entered development in March 1975. After Stallone wrote the screenplay in 3 days, it entered a complicated production process after Stallone refused to allow the film to be made without him in the lead role. United Artists eventually agreed to cast Stallone after he rejected a six-figure deal for the film rights. Rocky had its premiere in New York City on November 20, 1976 and was released in the United States on December 3, 1976. Rocky became the highest-grossing film of 1976, earning approximately $225 million worldwide. The film received critical acclaim for Stallone's writing, as well as the film's performances, direction, musical score, cinematography and editing. Among other accolades, it received 10 Academy Award nominations and won 3 including Best Picture. It has been ranked by numerous publications as one of the greatest films of all time, as well as one of the most iconic sports films ever. 2. Rocky II. It is a 1979 American sports drama film written, directed by and starring Sylvester Stallone. It is the direct sequel to Rocky, 1976, and the second installment in the Rocky franchise. Set immediately after the events of the original film, Rocky Balboa, played by Stallone, struggling to adjust to his newfound fame and family life, finds himself in a rematch fiercely demanded by Apollo Creed, Weathers. It was theatrically released in the United States by United Artists on June 15, 1979. The film received generally positive reviews from critics, with praise for its characterization, finale and Stallone's performance. It grossed $200 million worldwide and $85 million in North America, making it the third highest-grossing film of 1979 domestically and the second highest-grossing film worldwide. The sequel, Rocky III, was released in 1982. 3. Rocky III. It is a 1982 American sports drama film written and directed by and starring Sylvester Stallone. The film is the sequel to Rocky II, 1979, and the third installment in the Rocky franchise. In the film, Rocky Balboa, Stallone, faces stiff competition from Clubber Lang, Mr. T, a powerful new contender, and turns to his old adversary Apollo Creed, Weathers, to help him train. Rocky III is the first film in the franchise not solely distributed by United Artists due to the company's merger with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, in 1981. Rocky III was released in the United States on May 28, 1982 by MGM UA Entertainment Company. The film received mixed reviews from critics, with praise for its action sequences and music but criticism for its screenplay, with some critics deeming the film unnecessary. Retrospective reviews have been more positive and the movie gained a strong cult following. It grossed $270 million worldwide, surpassing its predecessors to become the then highest-grossing film in the franchise, and the fourth highest-grossing film at the domestic box office and the second highest-grossing film of 1982 worldwide. Its theme song, Eye of the Tiger, became a hit single and received a nomination for Best Original Song at the 55th Academy Awards. The sequel, Rocky IV, was released in 1985. 4. Rocky IV. It is a 1985 American sports drama film starring, written, and directed by Sylvester Stallone. The film is the sequel to Rocky III, 1982, and the fourth installment in the Rocky franchise. In the film, Rocky Balboa, played by Stallone, confronts Ivan Drago, played by Lundgren, a Soviet boxer responsible for another personal tragedy in Balboa's life. Rocky IV premiered in Los Angeles on November 21, 1985 and was theatrically released in the United States by MGM UA Entertainment Company under its United Artists label on November 27. The film initially received mixed reviews, with praise for Drago's credibility as a villain but criticized the predictable screenplay. Scholars note that Drago's ultimate defeat and the Soviet crowd's embrace of Rocky represented the dissolution of the Soviet Union, while others criticized the film as propaganda through its Cold War themes and negative portrayals of Russians. The film was a box office success, grossing $300.5 million worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing film in the franchise and the third highest-grossing film of 1985 domestically and the second highest-grossing film worldwide. Critical reception of the film became more favorable in the years later. with praise for the training montages. The film has been considered an icon of 1980s pop culture, and it has also gained a cult following. In 2021, a director's cut was released with the title Rocky IV, Rocky vs. Drago, receiving positive reviews from critics. Another sequel, Rocky V, was released in 1990. The film's storylines are continued in Creed II, 2018, part of the sequel series to the Rocky films. 5. Rocky Part 5. It is a 1990 American sports drama film directed by John G. Avildsen and written by and starring Sylvester Stallone. It is the sequel to Rocky IV, 1985, and the fifth installment in the Rocky franchise. In the film, a financially struggling Rocky Balboa, played by Stallone, agrees to train protege Tommy Gunn, played by Morrison, at the gym once owned by Balboa's trainer, Mickey Goldmill, played by Meredith. It was released in the United States on November 16, 1990. The film received negative reviews from critics, with criticism for its screenplay, characterization, continuity errors, and medical inaccuracies. The film also underperformed at the box office, grossing $120 million worldwide, making it the lowest-grossing film of the franchise. A sequel, Rocky Balboa, was released 16 years later in 2006. 6. Rocky Balboa. It is a 2006 American sports drama film starring, written, and directed by Sylvester Stallone in his first film as director since 1985. It is the sequel to Rocky V, 1990, and the sixth installment in the Rocky franchise. In the film, Rocky Balboa, Stallone, now an aging small restaurant owner, is challenged to an exhibition fight by hothead young boxer Mason Dixon, Tarver. It was theatrically released by MGM Distribution Company in North America and 20th Century Fox internationally on December 20, 2006. 16 years after the release of Rocky V and 30 years after the release of the first film, it received generally positive reviews from critics, with praise for its screenplay, Stallone's performance, and heartfelt exploration of Balboa's character, with many critics calling it a significant improvement over its predecessor and many labeling the film one of the best entries in the franchise. It was also a commercial success, grossing $156 million worldwide. A spin-off, Creed, was released in 2015 and started its own series. 7. Creed. It is a 2015 American sports drama film directed by Ryan Coogler, who co-wrote the screenplay with Aaron Covington. It is the first spin-off of and is the seventh installment in the Rocky franchise. In the film, amateur boxer Adonis Creed, played by Jordan, is trained and mentored by Rocky Balboa, Stallone, the former rival turned friend of Adonis' father, Apollo Creed. Although Rocky Balboa, 2006, was considered the end of the franchise, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, hired Coogler in 2013 to develop a Rocky spin-off. Creed had its premiere on November 19, 2015 at the Regency Village Theater in Los Angeles and was released in the United States on November 25 by Warner Bros. Pictures to coincide with the 40th anniversary of the date of the opening scene in the first film. It grossed $173 million worldwide and received widespread acclaim from critics who praised Coogler's direction, the screenplay, and acting performances. Among its accolades, it was selected by National Board of Review as one of the top 10 films of 2015, while Stallone won the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor, the Critics' Choice Award for Best Supporting Actor, and Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. The film was followed by Creed II, 2018, and Creed III, 2023. The film is the first film in the franchise to have been produced by Sylvester Stallone. 8. Creed II. It is a 2018 American sports drama film directed by Stephen Caple Jr. from a screenplay by Jewel Taylor and Sylvester Stallone. It is the sequel to Creed, 2015, a follow-up to Rocky IV, 1985, and the eighth installment in the Rocky franchise. It was premiered on November 14, 2018 at the Lincoln Center in New York City and was released in the United States by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Warner Bros. Pictures on November 21. The film received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised the performances, particularly those of Stallone, Jordan, and Lundgren, character development, and Caple's direction. While noting its predictability, it was also a commercial success, grossing $214 million worldwide. The film marked Stallone's final appearance in the series as Rocky Balboa, as the former confirmed in Instagram that he set the latter into retirement. 9. Creed III. It is a 2023 American sports drama film starring and directed by Michael B. Jordan in his directorial debut. It is the sequel to Creed II, 2018, the third installment in the Creed film series and the ninth overall in the Rocky franchise. The film sees the accomplished and recently retired boxer Adonis Creed, portrayed by Jordan, come face-to-face with his childhood friend and former boxing prodigy Damian Anderson, portrayed by Jonathan Majors. It premiered in Mexico City on February 9, 2023, which coincided with Jordan's 36th birthday, and was released in the United States on March 3 as the first film distributed by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Pictures after its acquisition by Amazon and the dissolution of United Artists Releasing. The film received positive reviews from critics for Jordan's direction, the story, performances and fighting sequences. Like its predecessors, the film was a box office success, grossing over $276 million worldwide, making it the highest-grossing Creed film and the second highest-grossing Rocky film.